This is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Jeremy Adams, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
no evil shall escape my sight,
but those who worship evil's might.
Beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. I am Phil. Joining me, well, our good friend, Master of the Core, Mr. Will Allred, is not here. He is under the weather, but...
No, he's just skipping out on Guy Gardner. But I owe him, so I'll allow it.
The other joining me, as always, just usually not here. Yes, kids, it is Lilith Hellfire. If you listen to me,
nothing wrong.
She's guested here before, and she's basically on almost every other show. Lilith Hellfire.
Good to be back. Unfortunately, I mean, it's good to be back talking Green Lantern. Just unfortunately, it's Guy Gardner, so I get to, have a poo-poo party.
That's not. I mean, fortunately for Will, it's not a Hal Jordan week, so.
It would have been nice if it was a Hal Jordan week. I would have only mentioned the thing that shouldn't be mentioned about 5 times.
I know, but I mean, he, that way he doesn't have to miss any Hal Jordan because he's been waiting how long? Because we just did Rebirth 2 weeks ago, and then we did the first 6 issues of Jeff Johns' Green Lantern, and then the new Green Lantern #1 from last week. So week.
Yeah.
So did you read that or no?
Happened.
Yeah, did you read it?
I read the beginning of it. I didn't finish it.
Oh, because I was gonna say there's a John Stewart backup in it, which I mean it's gonna have to be wait and see because it's so it's
if
the
they
backup.
Don't
it's so
switch
short.
Back and forth like 1 week. John's the lead, and then the next week Hal's the backup. That's gonna be a little fishy.
I don't know, but
it's giving Huntress and Wonder Woman, bro.
It's 2 different writers, so I don't know how that works.
Oh,
because that's Jeremy Adams, who you just heard is writing Hal Jordan, and then it's Philip Kennedy Johnson on John Stewart.
Yeah, that's interesting for sure. I mean, it feels like we're going back to the olden times.
Well, they changed it. How old are you talking about? I mean,
like the golden age.
Supposedly, these were supposed to be 2 different series, and then
that's what I thought.
Yeah, although I don't know if they said that maybe this. I don't know if they confirmed it or not. They said that the John Stewart backup may spin out like a mini series or something.
Well, all the big 7 brands are pretty much in trouble, so whatever we can get. I think Green Lantern's been most affected by not being featured in the movies since that Ryan Reynolds thing.
Oh yeah, and I mean before last.
Despite the animated series literally being right up there with Batman the animated series, not a lot of people have actually seen it, so that's like such a detriment.
Oh yeah, and again, I mean, before last week, I mean, Green Lantern. None of the Green Lanterns had an ongoing for like a year.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy, and I but I of course love John Stewart, but like, I need another Sinestro book. I don't care about Hal or John at this point. I just need another Sinestro book.
Well, I don't know why they just don't do an anthology book where we just
Chip and Gnort for sure, and Justice for Kilowog as always. But like, yeah, I'm tired of the humans.
Just do
something else.
Just do a core book where you do different arcs, like every couple issues. Again, you can do a Kilowog story, and then if you need to throw in a human Green Lantern, it's like
You got like 30 to pick from, so.
I mean, Simon.
I know Earth's a cesspool in the ghetto of the universe and everything, but dang, man, we got way too many human Green Lanterns.
I mean, I think Jeremy Adams is like kind of dealing some meta commentary because I mean, Hal Jordan's like basically told the United Planets he quits and he's basically living in a trailer. I'm just like, ooh, meta commentary.
I can't say it. It wouldn't be politically correct.
Wow.
Or sensitively astute to say it.
I'll say it for you. White trash.
There you go.
Okay.
actually, Hal Jordan, using that in the terms of Hal Jordan is a insult to white trash. Because he's a cop, he's a bootlicker. So, no.
That's the thing, though. It's like that's the thing because it's like sometimes they want him to be the cop, especially they want him to be the stiff, straight, white cop guy. When it comes to like Oliver Queen's liberal, but then it's like but then they want him to be the maverick test pilot. Sometime the guy who doesn't follow the rules.
Any Air Force pilots, a lot of them are pretty conservative, so they're kind of on the money about that.
Yeah,
historically speaking.
But it's like if you want to write him like that, write him like that. But then it's like sometimes they want him to be the guy who doesn't follow the rules. Well, it's like well, pick a personality.
Well, he is a white guy, so
I know, but it's like I think
the military, it's a whole thing. Like, look, listen. I'll just tell you, I don't find it out of character or offensive. I know plenty of people in the Air Force and military just in general, so. I'm just saying some of that stuff kind of on the money. I know it feels like tonal whiplash, but kind of on the money.
And again, just like a lot of like the modern, like the classic tropes that are modernized, like Jeremy Adams, like gets into like it's like, oh yeah, we're not putting pilots in planes anymore. We're flying drones, Jordan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the lust for like the loss of the good old days. In and of itself could be really cool to explore.
Yeah.
Especially for Hal. It's kind of like, Top Gun Maverick, the sequel. It's very similar.
Yeah. But again, just all the modernization of comics. It's like, oh, you work in a newspaper? What's a newspaper?
No. You work at BuzzFeed. You write listables.
Yeah.
The Washington Post is still in business. Good to see.
I know, but it's
I haven't seen a local newspaper in forever, though. Not gonna lie.
I mean, there's one around here, but
unless it's like the one that has like the coupons, does that count? The Weekly Saver or whatever, does that count? That's the longest running newspaper probably.
Find me someone under 60, 50 that still reads like a paper newspaper, which again, I'm sure I'm a hypocrite because I like my comics in paper, but
yuck.
What, your comic books? You don't like it?
I'm over it. Digital's fine. Digital is fine. I don't need it taking up any more space. I mean, Mama loves a good hardcover, and I when those come out, that's fine. Those are for the coffee table. Those are for the bookshelves. But like the day-to-day of comic books, floppies are out, bro.
Oh, really? I thought you were all.
I know I love CDs and owning your media and all that.
Yeah, physical media.
In this particular case, just to save the environment and save space in my home, I'm probably just gonna keep going for digital and only get the variant covers that I find attractive and things like that. Just going forward, because I'm over the big two anyway. So
yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I'm not missing much.
But
I have questions about this. Why, why is this like a 2-shot and not like just an oversized 1-shot?
I have. Well, weren't they both
start off? Did they want to do like a miniseries and then it flopped, or like what's going on? Because I was reading some of the reviews on like Goodreads and other places, and I'm a Guy Gardner fan, and even this is like pushing it for me.
It's so weird because in this era too. Wasn't this like the era where we did like kind of like stuff like this? Because I know is this the era when they did like that Batman 2-shot where it's like him, Catwoman? It was like basically a PSA on guns or something.
Yeah, we're in the late 2000s.
Yeah, and there might even been like some JLA stuff.
They were trying anything.
1 or 2. Yeah. So yeah, it seems weird that they were doing a bunch of ones that were either 1 or 2 issues like this because this was.
But this doesn't really sit within that range of books that were like that either.
Again, we were just bringing back the Green Lantern Corps after Rebirth, so it was just. And I'm trying to remember. I'm like, I know Howard Chaykin's name, but I'm like, what else am I familiar with him? Because I'm just like, I don't know. Reading these 2 issues, I was just like, is this another Frank Miller? I'm just, I don't know. Art style.
Most of his work was at Marvel.
Oh,
Marvel, and then a lot of that stuff is it's like indie stuff like Tarzan, Star Spangled War Stories, Sword of Sorcery, stuff like that.
Yeah, because
I'm more familiar with his Marvel stuff. He also did a lot of work for Image back in the day too.
Okay, because I'm like Howard Chaykin. The
So
name's
yeah,
familiar.
it does feel out of place. His style in DC, especially within that Green Lantern book of the times, it doesn't really gel. I mean, it's an okay story. It's just like, why this? Why at this particular time? Why
Yeah,
these random assortments of characters? It's like I was like, oh, it's like the 3-pack. We got Gnort, we got Guy.
because I don't think I read this before. Because I read this and I was just like, because I know Will and I were praising. We're like, yeah, we kind of finally get some like better Guy Gardner like post Green Lantern Rebirth. But I was like, yeah, these two,
Yeah, I
not.
mean, they're serviceable for Guy in my personal opinion because I don't care about him. But like I said,
Ah,
I was reading the reviews and the fans were like, ooh,
he's 72 years old. We missed it.
dang it. We'll get somebody. We're gonna have a year of 69 birthdays. Trust me, we're gonna make it happen. Even if it takes us to 2069, we'll have to have everybody that was born in 2000. We'll do
oh
it.
my. Okay, we might have to do a Chaykin month here somewhere because yes, he wrote some Submariner,
Yep.
Tales of Atlantis 62 through 64 from 1973.
My favorite biscuit.
Yes.
Yes, Tarzan. Oh, some detect. Oh wait. Okay. I was gonna say something we're about to do, I think, but no, he did the Human Target backup in Detective Comics 483.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, it's like he's not like he's not like the big like 25, but he's nothing to sneeze at. He's got a pretty good bibliography going for himself.
oh yeah, that looks like a bunch of like one here, one there. Yeah, a bunch of DC stuff. I'm just trying to think, like, why is that
Just
name?
off-brand DC stuff. That's all.
Oh, Marvel Team Up 76 and 77.
Like I say, yeah, you know him, but like you don't know him.
Yeah.
Nothing like really jumps out in that list. I know,
It
unless
just
you're like a super fan.
I just feels to me like I'm like I know him from somewhere. What is it? I don't know. Oh, Mortal Iron Fist Annual 1, maybe. New Avengers 21 from 2007. Okay, maybe. I was one of the many artists on Captain America 600, 616. Okay,
Yeah,
so
he's a writer slash artist, so
Iron Man 503. Okay, yeah. So I'm that's why it's probably not clicking with me because like I probably read one of them his here, one of his there. Okay,
yeah.
all right. I think Will read these and got sick. I don't know.
Maybe. But like no, there's this perfect line in this issue, right? That sums it up. Like how I feel every time I see Guy Gardner. It's like so much for interplanetary peace, love, and understanding. Like I just hate Guy Gardner so much, and that line just sums it up for me every time I see him in a Green Lantern book.
But I'm just.
The bottom of the barrel.
But I mean, me and Will are about to get to some good Guy Gardner finally, and then if they get this in the works.
Specify.
Like in the Green Lantern Corps book that's coming up. I haven't read it all, but like some of like the Red Lantern stuff coming up. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
like New 52 and stuff. So
No, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Because I mean, if he belongs anywhere, it's in a Red Lantern Corps. I mean, come on.
Exactly. So you get my sentiment about him saying that line, and I'm just like, yeah, that's how we all feel about you, buddy. Sorry to be the one to tell you.
Oh, what about? Oh my god! But Howard Chaykin, but that one page. All right, I'm gonna get the review of the first one, but okay. But that one page, I think it's in the first one where the girl's at the bar and she's wearing the shirt that says "I love big black capes."
Heroes and cloaks.
I'm like, really? All right.
Like I said, Guy Gardner is rough around the edges. That tracks for me. Like I'm a Guy Gardner basher, so this is like, and maybe he is too. I mean, maybe he was he's like, oh man, you're giving me Guy Gardner of all the Green Lanterns. Guy Gardner, all right.
It almost seems to me that it's like, I don't know. It almost seems like he's like, I want Guy Gardner. I want to write a Guy Gardner story because. Again, I feel like coming out of Green Lantern Rebirth, they actually like kind of matured Guy Gardner a little bit, which But this almost seems like it was like
A regression for sure.
almost could have been taken from his '90s series, which
And I think that, like I said, yeah, this is all the worst of them. So if you like that '90s stuff and you don't, your prefrontal cortex wasn't developed back then.
yeah, because it seemed like we got, like I said, we got a more mature Guy Gardner in this time period. Except for here, this story just seems like, oh yeah, got '90s Guy Gardner has a ring back finally.
Maybe they were testing the waters, and they're like, nope,
Maybe.
nobody liked it. It's fine.
I guess. All right. But yeah, like I said, I found this review for number 1 by Mathon Earhart. This might have been right when it came out from Inside Pulse. But yes, this was written, penciled, and inked.
Wow, I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that website. So you were digging deep, bud.
Well, like I said, the review might have been from 2006, so that might be why you've never heard of the website.
I mean, you didn't find one for IGN or anything?
Uh-uh.
That's interesting.
There's a short synopsis for issue 2, but yeah. But yeah, this one was, yeah, like I said, written, penciled, and inked by Howard Chaykin. Colored by Michelle Madsen, lettered by Phil Balsman, editor Joey Cavalieri, and published by DC Comics. All right, so Mathon says, we begin a look at some of the familiar concepts associated with the Green Lantern Corps, the Guardians, the Central Power Battery, Kilowog, and Hal Jordan, and then we meet Guy Gardner in all his glory. Meanwhile, a narrator explains how the Rann Thanagar War has affected other planets. Back on Earth.
War.
Hey,
we'll
see.
have to cover it eventually. But...
Hey, me and Will are going to get there. I mean, again, we go in order. So, I mean, we're going to be, I forget if it's next week or the week after. We'll wait till I open the schedule. But yeah, Rann Thanagar War is coming here very quickly to this show.
It's like one of the worst wars in DC ever. Like,
it was like Infinite Crisis. They're just like, oh, we got to spend like 6 miniseries out of this thing.
It was so much. It kept, every time they had announced a new book, I just got madder and madder. And I'm like, bro, nobody gives a crap about the Hawk people, okay? I hate to be the one to tell you. We don't like the alien version, okay? We don't like it. Stop rubbing it in our face, okay?
Hey, it was like Rann Thanagar War. Was that when they did Secret 6 or something?
Yeah, it was a lot of craziness.
There was
a
couple of them, yeah. It's like, hey, we're gonna kill a character. We're gonna spin off a bunch of crosses. Oh, we're gonna kill. Well, we're gonna start with a death. We're gonna end with a death. We're gonna spin out a bunch of crap.
There's gonna be a death in the middle. Yeah, a lot of death.
Back on. See, like I said, Final Crisis is the ironic nickname. Infinite Crisis is the dead on. Oh, we're telling.
Yeah, it's never gonna end. Mm-hmm. There's no ending. There's no beginning. There's no winning.
That's the truth in advertising. Back on Earth, Guy quickly dispatches with some terrorists in a helicopter and then promptly plops down in at Warriors, where he promptly hits on a woman in a rather hilarious t-shirt.
It did not go unnoticed, Philip.
Oh, I mean, that drawing was almost three-dimensional, love, however.
It's giving Jim Lee.
Not even in a good way, you know.
Those boobs scare me.
Oh, it's giving Steven Splat? Okay.
Despite his ring's advice, just then a familiar GL buddy from Guy's past comes in to enlist Guy's help. Because of the fallout of the Rann Thanagar War, the GL asks Guy to be an arbitrator for the dispute. From there, we are introduced to the Tormoks, who happen to hunt Voldarians. Remember when he had that DNA in them, kids? Shut up, love. They are proven to be a cruel bunch, some real bad guys. Then we see Guy meeting up with the representative from Thanagar with comedic results. The Rannian rep happens to be a former GL cadet.
Do you know how bad it's got to be when the arbitrator is Guy Gardner? Do you know how bad? Like, there was no Chip. And now I question Chip's judgment.
What? Oh, yeah. And again, they made Chip Gnort. They made Gnort
too. Yeah, Gnort. I don't know why I said Chip.
They made him too smart. I'm like, he's supposed to be a dumb guy. But was it just like, Guy Gardner's neutral in the fact that everyone hates him?
You know what? That might be what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not racist. I hate everybody equally.
Because there might be like, I don't know, like Guy or like Hal Jordan or someone else might have like take sides in this thing. They're like, yeah, Guy Gardner just hates everyone and everyone hates him, so he's the perfect neutral guy. Then we see Guy meeting up, but yeah, with both the representatives are female, and then the bomb drops. The arbitration is to take place of warriors. Then we see more Tormoks and more of Guy being Guy around women, and then Guy being Guy while fighting the evil Tormoks. The issue ends with the promise of a battle next issue. What can be said? Chaykin is the perfect guy to write a Guy Gardner solo book. His Guy is both the star of the action and the butt of the joke. Chaykin's jarring retcon of a fan favorite GL will probably result in some backlash, but within story explanation is a decent one. The mining of the Rann Thanagar War for yet another story seems a tad forced, and the evil Tormoks are paint by the numbers villains. But anyone expecting nuance in a guide tale clearly doesn't grasp the character. This begs the question: isn't 48 pages of Guy Gardner too much? And that's what I'm saying. Is that why they did 2 issues? Because each one was 48 pages. Is 2 48-page issues easier to swallow than like one 96-page issue?
I guess you have a point there.
Because
they knew nobody was going to come back for more than 2, I guess. So
they're like, maybe they'll try. They'll try the first 48-page one instead of just.
What was even the resolution? Well, I guess we'll get there. I'll save that question for the second issue. But
as for the art, Chaykin's really added nothing new to his repertoire. If you dig his stuff, you'll enjoy this. If you don't, this isn't for you. The book looks great. He really captures Guy's smugness. He does
punchable face.
I was gonna say, you beat me too. I was gonna say he does have a punchable face in this.
It's like your fist just is guided perfectly into that little chin of his. Just bam.
Whoa.
It's like I tell you, like it's like you have to find the perfect person to play Reed Richards. He has to have that punchable face. Like he sounds reasonable, but everything he does irritates you. Like that's the guy you need.
Well, okay. Well, wasn't the rumor that Adam Driver is going to be Reed Richards?
Ooh,
is that a punchable face?
I thought Adam Driver's expiration date was up.
I don't know. I mean, it was a rumor. I don't think.
I don't think so. I don't believe that.
Come on. I mean, they already gave it to him. How about Krasinski? You said he has a punchable face, right?
Oh, he has such a punchable face.
Yeah, see?
Oh, Jim and Pam. Oh! The worst TV couple ever. Sorry.
Oh, my God. I'm just picturing him and Margot Robbie as Reed and Sue.
I mean, I'd rather him and Emily Blunt. I think his wife is the only person that can tolerate him. So,
I mean, she is a blonde. I mean, and she is an actress. I mean, you could say they'll have some chemistry because they are married in real life.
Well,
so.
Have you ever seen the Quiet Place 1 and 2? I don't think so.
Oh.
But it would be good. It would be a good gag. It's like when, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman and Eyes Wide Shut, they're a married couple playing a married couple. Ooh, meta.
Yeah, a married couple playing a married couple. Okay. They just played that South Park the other night about Scientology, Lilith. Tom Cruise is in the closet.
My name is Jane Smith. That's at Nightwing PDP.
I just watched an episode of a TV show, okay? And then John Travolta joined them there.
I don't know. Yeah, that's true. That's an episode. They don't make them like those no more.
Back when the product was pure.
Pure, full of
See,
something.
this is the only thing I miss when Will's here and you're not. Is Will's too nice?
No, but like I said, like for me, this is how I picture Guy Gardner. This is like the perfect Guy Gardner book to me.
Yeah.
Because it literally when I read Guy Gardner, when I first picked up a Guy Gardner book, this is how he was.
Yeah. But like
I said, that punchable smugness, that chauvinistic pig attitude, like that makes him different from all the other Green Lanterns, right? It's weird why they gave him a ring when you think about it with his attitude, but it makes him different.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, remember the origin, Lilith. It's like when Aubin Sur was looking for a replacement, it was Hal Jordan or Guy Gardner, and the only reason Hal got it says he was closer.
Exactly.
So imagine your choices, Lilith. Imagine this Sophie's choice, Lilith Hellfire: Hal Jordan or Guy Gardner.
I'm just gonna let the ring self-destruct. We're just gonna blow up the lantern and
Again, it just came down to Hal Jordan's closer. Let's be like.
I need that to be in the Green Lantern live action movie, honestly.
Oh, how funny would that be? How Jordan hit it on a woman in a bar, or Guy Gardner just like sitting around a trailer park. It's like, which one should I pick? There's your live action movie.
But no, like I said, Guy Gardner has his fans, and he does scratch a certain demographics itch. So I get why he exists, and it's not my cup of tea. But like I said, I mean, I guess you said he matured and grew, but like I guess some people didn't like that. Howard Chaykin certainly didn't like that. He's like, we're gonna hit the rewind button.
I mean, they toned down like the misogynistic side a little bit. I mean, he was still kind of crazy, but they kind of channeled it more into, oh yeah, I'm gonna punch this villain in the face and ask questions later, But I mean, the last couple of years, they haven't done much with Guy. Like he'll show up and
yeah, they gave Kyle more.
Like in a crowd, he'll show up in a crowd scene, when all the lanterns show up, but they haven't done it a lot with like solo Guy a lot lately.
Yeah, they were focused on Kyle for a while, and then
although they haven't given Kyle a lot to do lately either.
The best thing he did was like that White Lantern and
that
was really good.
I can't
think about like a really exceptional Guy Gardner story, like because I don't like Kyle either. So
yeah, but I didn't you say you liked when Kyle was in Omega Men?
Yeah, that was really great. Like it was a different kind of team dynamic where he was kind of like the low man on the totem pole. So I think that's what really like turned it around for him. It put him in a new position, and he had to like forge this understanding with them. I thought it was really a good turn for him.
Well, it'll be a while before we get there, but yeah, we're gonna put that on our list when we get to that chronologically. Because I haven't told Will, I'm like, yeah, Lilith is no Kyle Rayner fan, but she said she liked that series with him.
I never really even thought like maybe White Lantern would have been for him, but the way that they did it, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, because they did the Ion thing, then they did that. Yeah.
Whereas Guy, like I said, I just don't. There's no like real standout stories for me that like pop into my mind. I'm like, well, yeah, he was good in that, but just that one thing. I thought this was gonna be it because I hadn't read it either, and then I was like, and then I saw that it was the Thangorian War, and I'm like, all right, well, that's off to a bad start, and it just kept getting worse. Like, oh, 3D boobs looking at me, cool.
No
style, no substance. Awesome.
The whole planet of Rann, the whole planet of Thanagar.
Our whole family can suck it. Except for Hawk Girl.
Hell.
Not you, Hawk Man. Sit down when I said Hawk Woman.
Like I said, is it just me, or is Howard Chaykin giving me like Frank Miller light vibes?
He's a man of a particular age.
Well,
he's in that Frank Miller range. He, like I said, he's been around a while within the comic book industry since I think maybe the early 70s. So it is giving good old boys club vibes, but it works for him. And I think anyway, like I said, I've read a lot of his other stuff, like his Image stuff and other things like that. So
yeah.
It works for him. He doesn't, he's very much like Frank Miller is. He doesn't want to step out of the box anymore. He knows what's safe. He knows what his fans like. So why change?
Yeah.
What's the incentive,
Mm-hmm. Oh, I did have a question for you. Frank Miller did put up a picture the other day where he's holding up a sign, supporting like the writer's strike and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like it's blocking his face from like here down. And like I said, the sign is him like supporting the writer's strike. Would it be wrong to like manipulate that photo to
Yes, it would.
Oh,
do not do your mother's a whore.
Okay
Find another picture, Phil.
It's bad when Lilith Hellfire is the voice of reason on that. Oh, if it's another picture I can do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Just not that one.
Like if he's just
Because we
holding up.
support the writer's strike in this house.
Okay. Like if he's just holding up a random comic book, I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your mother's a whore comics.
Your mother's a whore number 1.
Your mother's a whore.
Although, man, I want some royalties if you go with that, Frank Miller.
Yeah, we'll see.
I can see the Dino Greek guys rubber stamping that.
They're more focused on mummies and aliens, right? Oh, wait a minute. They're focused on your mummy's a whore.
Mm.
Your mother's a whore. Have you read Ancient Enemies or anything like that?
No, is that their new
That's
stuff?
their new stuff, yeah.
Okay.
that
No,
Frank
I haven't
Miller
seen
imprint.
it anywhere. So I mean,
Oh, really? Yeah, my old comic book shop had it all the time.
I mean, if I go around, I might be able to find it on one of them. But yeah, no. Are we gonna have to review? Should we review that for Salty and Petty or something?
Oh yeah, if you want to. I mean, if you're familiar with some of the old stuff that he did for DC that he pulled the rights back from, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's
Okay.
nothing to write home about, but like they are trying to make like a universe, but like not,
So Frank's writing, is he doing art too, or they're
For his book, he does the writing and the art, and Dan does, the writing and got somebody else on the art on his book, and they're trying to like weave those two together, maybe sometime, seeing how it goes. And they just had another project too, so
is it two? Is it just 2 books right now, or
I think it's like 3 at this point. I'll have to double check.
okay? What's the name of that company again?
I think it's just a Frank Miller comic book company or something like that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'll get back to you, but I think it literally is just Frank Miller Comics or something.
What's the name of your company, sir?
Your mother's a whore. Exactly.
Incorporated.
Basically, it's like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, Frank Miller Presents. That's what it is.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
I knew it was his name. I didn't know if it was like comic book or what. But yeah, it's Frank Miller Presents.
Oh my
I
God!
had to look
Because
at the card.
that's what I've been thinking lately. I'm like, for weeks we don't have anything for Salty and Petty. Should we be covering like stuff like that? Like stuff that isn't the big two.
Archie is in a great horror mood. I'm just saying.
Okay, so send me some suggestions. I know nothing about Archie. Send me suggestions.
And these are books you don't need to know anything about Archie. You just need to know the references that they're referencing. Archie's very much pop culture, They are, so. Surprised you're not, cool
I've been looking. I've been trying to do my homework, scrolling the internet, looking for this stuff. I mean,
it's just indie books are so much better right now.
I mean, Jim,
on the cosmic side, especially, like if you're in the cosmic stuff, there's so much great indie stuff right now. So,
Jim Ballard's drawn naked women. I mean,
that's what this issue could have used, honestly.
I mean, if it wasn't a DC book, it probably would have been.
But yeah, the first issue just kind of left me like, okay, why is this so long?
Hey-oh! You know why it was so long?
Because I know Lilith likes it long.
Yeah, touche.
Gotcha.
Bazinga again.
I have 20 drops of, Lilith likes it long.
Bazinga.
Yeah, I do. So let's talk about issue 2. I actually enjoyed issue 2 more than issue 1.
Yeah. I mean, they're both 48 pages, but I mean, issue 1
I knew it was the last one.
And lots of setup in issue 1 too.
Yeah, literally like 36 pages of setup.
I know. Yeah. All right. So it's the same team on 2, but here's the quick synopsis.
And I like the cover better too.
Oh, with the like exploding lantern and stuff, and
yeah. Look, like a good glimpse of that punchable face,
Yeah,
it is. It's a really good shot. And doesn't it have a variant black and white cover or something? Am I remembering? Right?
I don't know. It might. I mean, I'm not seeing it here, but it might.
I feel like this had a variant cover, but I might have made that up.
Lil's like, she's trying to will that into existence.
No, but like 2 is kind of creepy too. They've got like the people covered in goo,
Oh,
in pre-fornication mode.
uh, yeah. Well, again,
Pre-coital aspirations.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm getting Frank Miller Lite vibes here.
Guy's got a single tear rolling down his cheek. I hope that's a tear.
Whoa.
It's so salty. But it's interesting. It's just like, but this is a lot of talk. It was giving Bendis this issue. So many damn dialogue bubbles.
I know.
Bendis.
So that's the thing. It's like, know your lane. It's like, you want to do this type of Guy Gardner book. People aren't coming for a lot of text.
No, I'm coming for a lot of punching. I don't care if it's in They Fight for 15 Inches. It's Guy Gardner. What he's got any dialogue to say anyway?
It's a Guy Gardner book, You're coming for violence and
It's all violent vibes and no thoughts, bro. Like
busting
what I mean?
and him hitting on women inappropriately. Yes. As the war continues with the Tormoks and the Voldarians, mayhem has reached all the way to Guy Gardner, and he is not happy. After mouthing off to the Guardians, he seeks revenge against the Tormoks who trashed his business. What chaos can come out of all this mayhem? So yeah.
Listen, and then my favorite thing is he gave the Guardians their punchable faces as well. So. And then that space scene is really cool too. Like the atmospheric panels are really nice.
Yeah.
And the alien bar, it's giving Star Wars, and it's fine. Marvel and Disney didn't sue them, so it's fine. But how can you not? When you're in space, how can you not give a nod to Star Wars?
Yeah, and I mean, you could always tweak it enough where it's like, no, those are just random aliens. Those aren't Star Wars aliens.
And then it's like, who's actually really intimidated by the Guardians? They don't do anything. They literally don't do anything.
Literally.
Because the last time they did something, it was manhunters, baby. Manhunters.
I mean, literally, Emerald Twilight, I keep harping on this.
Like, I guess we'll just die. I'll just lay here and die now.
You literally could have tried to trip Hal Jordan, push him. He takes his ring off. It's like, stop him. Nothing.
So much for omnipotence. Or like impotence.
Oh.
Yeah, I hate the Guardians. I hate Oa. It's like, it's just bad. Like, the longer it's gone on, the more we realize that they are just a bunch of a-holes.
Well, every couple years, it's like they either die or it's like, oh, are they evil again?
Yes, they're evil.
Yeah,
They created a universal cop force. Of course they're evil.
Not even a good one because it falls apart every at least once every 10 years.
Yeah, even Jon Stewart has questionable qualities. It's like, so what exactly do you need? Like, all you need is strong will. Well, there's a lot of evil people with strong willpower. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Sinestro did nothing wrong, but the guy's name was Sinestro. Maybe do a background check. I don't know.
It's like that Transformers movie. John Cena's like, Decepticons, it's in the name.
Exactly. Exactly.
The good old days when you knew exactly the motivations of a character by their name or what they were going to become. Otto Octavius.
Somewhere out there, some poor kid's name is Otto Octavius because their parents are nerds and you just hurt their feelings.
I mean, Ben and Tristan Esser, you got lucky. That your mother probably put a stop.
His mother put her foot down, definitely.
No, first name will not be Otto and middle name will not be Octavius. Aw. Wanted to do what I want to do.
I'm on chance.
I love how he's so he is. I love how Guy Gardner's like nothing embarrasses me, and I'm like, wow. Not to put a fine points on it, but wow.
I mean, that's staring into the Guy Gardner skid,
Yikes. It's like, because he said it to a lady, so it's just like, okay. So if the pool is too cold, you won't be embarrassed. Good to know.
Whoa. Wait a minute, I pre-signed in. I'm looking on the app. All of a sudden, the book's not available. I'm like, wait, what?
As we trash it, the book becomes unavailable. Well, it is DC Finite.
I know.
I know. Listen, they take stuff off of HBO Max all the time without warning. I mean, DC Infinite became HBO Max overnight.
Usually if it's like that, it's like, oh, I've been signed out, I got to sign back in. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm signed in, so I don't know.
Like, oh, somebody's bad mouthing it. Take it off. Take it off.
Well, I know it's like Disney.
We're gonna get the Guy Gardner fans riled up. Take it off.
It's a money saving.
Bro, why do I feel like the Venn diagram between like Guy Gardner and Snyder Bros? Like, why do I feel like there's a very big intersection in the middle?
I know. I'm so surprised. Snyder was going to do Jon Stewart. I'm like, I'm surprised he didn't go for Guy Gardner.
I know. Honestly, it was well. After the whole Ray Fisher thing, I guess he figured he should probably have another black person.
Maybe, but I mean,
yeah.
But you're right.
Politics of choosing Jon Stewart. Yeah, I don't think that was his idea.
But I'm just. You have a point. The Snyder Bros, they'd be clamoring for, even if he had just leaked that rumor, I'm going to make a Guy Gardner Green Lantern movie. All those Snyder Bros would be like,
yeah, Guy Gardner, bro.
Guy Gardner Bros.
All the Snyder Bros that aren't bots. Let me put it to you that way.
Yeah,
that doesn't leave a lot, as far as I can tell. Doesn't leave a lot, but the ones that are left, I feel like
you're so right. Because I can just hear it now. They'd be like, oh no, it's not gonna be a wimp like that Hal Jordan or Jon Stewart. Yeah. Yeah, I hear it. So,
I mean, honestly, this wasn't even enough action, and then you have like I said, I really like the space scenes, and but like Guy Gardner just doesn't have anything to say. So why there's so many dialogue bubbles? I'm so confused.
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean,
he didn't even have that big of a fight in this issue.
I know, and like we were saying,
and I guess it's about like peace and all that stuff, but like no, it really actually wasn't. That was just a shady premise that was thrown out of the window very quickly.
Well, like I said, I think the premise was sound, where it's like, oh yeah, Guy Gardner's going to be the arbitrator because everyone hates him, so he's a neutral guy. But it's like, I don't know if he nailed the theme on this, because it's like, it's still a Guy Gardner book, so you need more punching.
There is another line. One of the quote unquote villain says, just remember to see that it is your enemy who does the sacrificing. Life pro tip from Lilith Hellfire. Couldn't agree more. I mean, some of it's not bad. It's not shabby. It's not what I would prefer, but like I wouldn't prefer a Guy Gardner story. This could have worked if it was some other character, I think. With all the dialogue and the less fighting and the search for peace and love and understanding, like
Guy Gardner,
scream Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner, the quest for peace.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down those walls.
Oh my God, can you imagine we did the quest for peace with Guy Gardner? I'm gonna get rid of all your nuclear weapons,
and I'm gonna keep them for myself. See.
Then the governments of the world just like banned against Guy Gardner. Oh
yeah, absolutely. And then Lex Luthor's like, even Lex Luthor was like, yeah, no, I'm going to go against that guy. No. That's going to be a problem.
That's what Peter David said. His Superman 4 script would have been, Superman announces he's going to get rid of all nuclear weapons. And then the next thing you just see the UN go, yeah, get us Lex Luthor.
Yeah, exactly. Immediately.
We meet again, Hackman.
Nice. So didn't even really end. Like, was this supposed to end on like a hopeful note, or just really piss you off and not make you give 2 jots about the war that's coming, or like cause like what was, like I literally closed the book and I was like, what was the point of that?
Do you, I mean, yeah, was it supposed to be a tease for the Ron Thanagar miniseries? Where was it? Were they just like, was that his only marching orders? It's like, oh yeah, tease the Ron Thanagar War. I don't know if did they even specifically say Guy Gardner. He's like, oh, I know, I'll use Guy Gardner, and they were like, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we're not doing anything with him.
You're
We won't
you're
be doing anything with him.
you're, you're not going to mess up any of the good Green Lanterns, okay?
Exactly. And that's so unfortunate for Guy Gardner and his fans, Like, I feel like he is literally the redheaded stepchild. Like,
But again, I mean, we are going to get some better stuff because, like, once Green Lantern, well, I think what is it? Green Lantern Recharge might come first, and then Green Lantern Corps. Well, basically, him and Cal like team up for a while. That's a lot
that's
better.
going to be hilarious.
Oh
That's
yeah.
going to be the blind leading the blind.
How dare you?
The clueless leading the clueless.
Oh, damn. She's so mean, kids.
I mean, it's odd that they would put those two together. I would have put them with like Jessica or Simon or even Sir Jerder just to kind of like soften them and give them kind of a different dynamic. But yeah, the clueless leading the clueless. I hope there better be at least one fist fight in the first 3 issues because those personalities are gonna clash. It's just not believable if they don't get into a fist fight.
Is there gonna be a clash between Guy Gardner and yes, there will be a clash.
Exactly. I mean that's kind of like the thing, like and it's that trope of men. Men don't talk it out; they punch it out, and then whoever won, you just get up, dust yourself off, and you're good. That kind of thing. That kind of still is it's kind of guys' thing. Trope.
Oh yes, because women are more mature and talk about each
We
other.
just ruin your life. We will internet bully you until you cry or
give
commit
yourself
sewer slide. So
give each other eating disorders and something.
Exactly. Just mental anguish for the rest of your life.
Mean girls. Men just punch each other a few times and then go, bro.
It's because men are simpletons. I'm kidding.
Just the way Lilith likes them.
Exactly. I was gonna say exactly. No problem with that. So yeah, like that was the only thing that I was just like, oh, I mean, cool, Guy Gardner got a shot in the spotlight, but why?
Yeah. Again, maybe just Howard Chaykin wanted to, because that just seems so random that DC's like, put out like a 2-issue Guy Gardner thing. Like I said, especially since he's gonna like start showing up with like Kyle and a bunch of the alien Green Lanterns and like Green Lantern Corps and stuff. So.
And then that creepy sequence where he has the headphones on and his face starts changing. I'm just like, what is this?
I have no idea.
I don't understand.
It's from the mind.
Is it fetish? It's fetish? Okay. When I don't understand something, usually it's a fetish. Okay, that's fine. No kink shaming.
The big finish.
Oh, there was no big finish though. That was the most disappointing thing of it all.
So we went from okay. So you're saying we went from
they gave us blue balls like we're some kind of guardians.
Yeah. Green Lantern to blue balls, yes.
Yeah. You know what though? I will say something nice about Guy. I actually like his costume. I like his boots and I like his gloves and his jacket. It gives him that definitive edge over all the other Lantern costumes, right? It's very personalized. I like that. I like the design. I think he's the best designed Green Lantern. There, I said something nice about Guy.
Again, I mean, he serves a purpose, but... And again, I mean, would we rather have a Guy Gardner who is, like, rubs people the wrong way? Or, we don't want, like... I mean, again, we have 7 Green Lanterns from Earth. Do we really want them all to have the same personality? No.
Again, it makes me question why he got the ring. It's like I said, like it's got to be something more. Like Simon is as bland as he is. Like I get that. Jessica, I totally get why she has her ring. She deserves that ring.
Oh yeah.
Even Hal, to an extent, as much as I hate him, I totally get it. It makes sense.
Oh yeah.
John always felt a little weird, but like good to have him aboard. Just to be perfectly honest, especially that original architecture thing. Like I was like, oh, okay, I guess. Like, it makes sense. He can visualize stuff in his mind and for the constructs and stuff. But
Don't get me started on that because I loved him as the architect, as like
instead of another military
another
guy.
military guy. Yeah, I loved him as like the smart Green Lantern. You know? Yeah.
Maybe if we petition hard enough, they'll go back to that origin.
Maybe. Do you think they just steered into that skid? Because wasn't that like
I think architecture actually. Who really knows an architect? You know what I mean? Who are you, Art Vandelay?
Oh, you beat me
so
too.
it's like kind of hard to like picture that, focus that, pick somebody's brain. But everybody, probably almost everybody, at least American, knows at least one person that's in the military, right?
I guess.
Or somebody that's like has a military family, things like that.
Well, I was gonna say too, wasn't that like the origin in the Justice League animated series? Is that why they went that route?
Quite possibly.
Because
I know a lot of things. I know a lot of that great stuff, like Batman the Animated Series and Justice League Unlimited, did kind of, and rightly so, affect the books at the time.
Yeah, because some of the younger people, that was their first exposure to Jon Stewart.
Yeah, and it was a triumph to even have Jon Stewart in that JLU cartoon. So.
Oh yeah, that would have been completely different if you try to like put Hal Jordan in there or something.
But I think a lot of that had to do too with who they wanted to voice it and things like that. Like
True. Yeah.
I think the voice actor actually petitioned really hard for them to actually include him. So, yeah. But I don't know. Like, it's to me, because like I said, I'm not a fan. I think it's a decent story, but just like, why'd they copy paste Guy Gardner into it?
Again,
Green Lanterns get dragged into a lot for no reason. Like some of those crossovers, like, why are you guys here?
Well, and again,
this is such a human petty squabble. Why are you here?
Well, and once again, I mean, the Green Lantern Corps has just come back after Green Lantern Rebirth, so is everyone just all crazy to be like, oh, we could do all kinds of space stuff again? We have all these Green Lanterns again.
I mean, and like I said, be out in space. I'm sick of being on Earth. Please get us out of the ghetto.
That's the thing too. You have so many Earth Green Lanterns. You could do both. I
want a truly cosmic space opera, Starjammer-esque thing from Green Lantern. And I can't remember the last. I think that's probably why I enjoyed Kyle with the Omega Men. Right, that is a true operatic space journey. Like, what's the point of having all these cosmic people be on icky old Earth? And that's what I think I like about this the most. Like I said, like the atmospheric scenes are really great. I love that we're not on Earth. I love that we're trying something different. They even mention Gnort, like they bring him into it, so that's cool. Like all the things that I potentially like, they got, like the premise of it. It's cool. The setup of it, it pulls you in a little bit. You're like, Gnort and Guy, sure, why not? Let's see what this is about, and then
Well, I mean, maybe Chaykin was just a fan of the 90s stuff because, again, the tone seems like Guy Gardner from the 90s. And again,
let's be honest, though. Like, 2006 was 90s light. Like, we really didn't start getting changed until the 2010s in the comic books. Like, it was misogynistic. Women were getting fridged left and right. Like, they didn't care about the online squabbleness of it just yet. So, it was 90s light as far as I'm concerned in a lot of areas.
Yeah. But again, I mean, that's when Guy and Gnort met was like the early 90s too. And, that story gave us the classic drop.
Two dumb guys just hanging out.
What?
two dumb guys just hanging out having fun.
Oh, yeah.
He gives me his bone.
Classic. But I don't know, like you're more into it than I am, so like it's perfectly serviceable. It's a solid C+ for me.
Yeah, I mean it's
the art saves it. To be quite honest, I'll be real. It's a gentleman C+.
Again, I mean your phrasing is perfect. It's a serviceable story. It's just I don't know. It just seems out of place in like the era it's taken place in to me.
Yeah, it seems like it wasn't written in the 2000s, the mid 2000s. Yeah. To be quite honest, it does.
I mean, except for the references to the Rann Thanagar War, it almost seems like this was sitting on the shelf and they pulled it.
Like a deep filler somewhere.
We had a 90s story sitting around and we're just like, let's rework it a little bit.
It's been known to happen. And it might start happening if the comic book writers ever get the balls to go on strike.
Or we're gonna get a lot more TV and movie writers guy kept writing comics again.
Oh, that was so terrible. That was so terrible. Like, I'll tell you one thing about soap opera fans. Like, when the writer strikes happened, they literally called in their top super fans to do it, and they didn't miss a beat. Didn't miss a beat. I
Nice.
thought that was really cool, but sad too. Like, you're a scab. Shame on you. Not to get too political, but shame on you.
Yeah, but if certain comic companies wanted to hire certain podcasts to write certain titles, I mean, I don't know. That'd be
I wouldn't do it
tempting.
during a writer strike. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I will write under. Hey,
I stand with my comrades, but sorry.
we have to use a pseudonym. I will write under my pen name, Charlie Esser.
I will write under my pen name, even Eve Heaven Water.
Oh golly gosh, there's a writer strike. I didn't know.
Oh, you don't want another
Eve
thing.
Heaven Water.
Oh.
Oh wait, if you're gonna write under Charlie Esser, I have to write under Miles Manzor. That's the only.
Oh yeah.
They said they weren't cancelable. Let's see.
For quality. Bing!
Nobody tell full stream ahead.
It's legally admissible evidence.
Exactly. I concur, doctor. Anyway, I am curious to see what Will thought about these issues.
Yes.
Because like he's so nice and he's so lean and he has just this really great knowledge and an ability to see things in a way that I can't for a lot of the Green Lantern characters.
Yes, I will ask him next week.
But like I said, it's a solid C+, which is
Yeah.
like an A for Guy.
Oh
When it
yeah,
comes to me, if we're grading on a curve, it's basically an A for Guy.
yeah, exactly. Oh no! You know what name you have to write under during a writer's strike? Brian Cronin.
Ryan Tronin, you got it.
All right. Anything else? Anything else? We'll tell
That's been our weekly poo-poo on Brian Cronin segment.
Hey, it's been a while. Come on.
It's been a while actually. Yeah, we were too busy with Frank Miller. That's why.
It's been a while.
Nobody tell
Miller,
Brian.
Step Wells. We got a lot of people on the poop list right now. So
I'm just waiting for Cronin to put out a bunch of Frank Miller articles. So.
well, if it hasn't happened yet,
Maybe he's behind on his listening. I don't know.
a listen is a listen and a view is a view. I'll tell you what.
That's true.
Nobody tell Brian.
We can't be getting picky. All right.
Wait, what's the anniversary? What's the biggest next anniversary for Green Lanterns?
Well, we already did the Alan Scott one, didn't we? Because that was 1940. It's a wow. Because with the next, I don't know. Because Hal Jordan's was like late 50s, right? So it's probably gonna be a few years for Hal Jordan.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they do for that.
I was gonna say, I mean,
because they didn't do much for Ellen, if we're gonna be real.
Yeah.
Well, but allegedly he's getting some vindication, especially with his backstory. So we'll see how that goes.
I was gonna say, when was John Stewart's first appearance?
It was like the 70s.
It's his. It was a Green Lantern 87, December 1971, January 1972. So we kind of missed the John Stewart anniversary last year.
That was the year before we did some John Stewart stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For Black History Month.
Yeah,
I chose not to do any for Black History Month this year.
I wonder. Next year will be like the 30th anniversary of Kyle Rayner.
Yeah, let's you and Will do something and tag me in.
Okay.
But no, like I don't know. Like I said, I didn't mind it. It wasn't that bad. I thought it was gonna be worse.
Okay.
To be honest, the bar was low and they stepped over it. So good for them.
North Hellfire, you're always welcome here.
Okay.
She's like, it depends on the issue and how drunk I am.
I'm sober because it's right after work and I didn't have a chance to not be sober. But yes.
Lilith, can you fill in for Will? Yes. You caught me before I drank. Yes.
Exactly. Literally, bro. I was gonna go home and have some fun, but I was like, oh, okay, no problem.
Although if you want drunken reviews, yes, join the
Stay
Patreon
tuned
right
this
now.
summer.
Join the Patreon.
Torture chamber. Summer torture chamber.
That's right. All right, kids. So next time, Will should be back, and we're going to cover, yep, here it is. The 6-issue Rann Thanagar War miniseries.
Okay, good. I hope it makes sense now. I hope that actually leads in and makes sense then.
And the Infinite Crisis Special #1.
Oh, and we never recovered.
No.
Like, they should just change their name to Infinite Crisis Comics at this point, to be quite honest. Lean into the skid.
No, really, we're in the Black comics.
Oh, no.
All right. So send your thoughts and tell this little hellfire what a good job she did. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And again, find everything Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise. Again, the Patreon, if you want to hear Lilith Hellfire's drunken reviews of Heroes Reborn. Subscribe to the YouTube, but you can find everything on our website. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. And since he's not here, go find Will All Red and his many works, Crossover Division, Diary of Nights. I'll tell you he's on all the social medias, but he's never on them. But
good for him.
Yes, but I know he's at Wallred, WALLRED, like everywhere. And sign up for his newsletter. You get all the updates on Crossover Division and everything else. So,
is it a Substack or just a newsletter?
I think it's just a newsletter. Yeah, I don't think it's the Substack.
Tell him he needs to be on Substack.
Okay,
as a comic book creator, he needs to be on Substack.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All right, Lilith Hellfire. I know you're hiding.
Find me on Facebook before July. Find out what's going on.
Friend Grandma on Facebook.
Yes, I'm embracing the old ladyhood. I love it. Stay off my lawn.
Either do the 6 or do the 9.
Oh man, can I ask you a question when we get off of here about July?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you what it is.
Okay. Is it something you've mentioned before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so you pay attention sometimes.
You can ask me questions, but
Trying to donkey punch me now, bitch.
Hey, we were keeping it clean for Will, Philip. I didn't curse once this episode. I keep that to Salty and Petty and when I'm upset on Spidercast.
when Will invites a Lilith Hellfire to take his place, I think he knows what he's in for.
I like to keep it family friendly just in case.
I know. No, he's fine with that.
Just like with Kristen. When I guest on Nightwing News, I will be on my best behavior.
Stay tuned, kids. Episode 200 of Nightwing News is coming up here soon.
I don't want to disappoint the professors, so. The real professors, anyway.
The real professors. All right. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. In 1 week, Will is back as we talked around Thanagar War miniseries and the Infinite Crisis special.
The final crisis. They lied to us.
I told him if I knew we were gonna podcast all the Green Lantern stuff, I told him he should have did a pseudonym like you. His name should have been Will Power.
Oh, nice.
See, kids, I do Green Lantern podcast with a guy named Will. All right, kids, come back next time. And remember, keep your friends close and
your Gnorts closer.
Oh, nice. Good night.